All right, we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to complete the square today. So right now we have x squared, which is this blue square, and then we have 6x's, which are all green rectangles. So what does it mean to complete the square? Well, we're going to look at models and how that helps us to understand what it means to complete the square. So if we put these together, that's basically the same thing as saying x squared plus 6x to get the total. And if we look at these pictures, it does not look like a square. If I connect all these together, it is definitely not a square. So what can we do to make this a square? Well, if we fill in the bottom here, it's not going to come out quite right. So let's go ahead and start off by taking some of these x's and rotating them. Let's take 2 of them. Now, if we take 2 of them and we complete the spot in this right corner, you'll still see that it is not a square because this on this left side, this would be x plus 2, and on the top side here, it would be x plus 4. So they are not the same. And in a square, we know that the sides are the same. Let's bring it down a little bit. So let's try moving one more. Now it's looking a little bit better. And we have x plus 3 on both sides. All right. So all we need to do is go ahead and do what we call this, complete the square. We're going to fill in this last corner. Well, I just so happen to have a little 1 unit, and it doesn't look like there's enough. But if I go ahead and make some copies of it, you can start to see that it is getting filled in. And voila, we need 9 additional squares or units to complete the square. So to complete this sentence, we need to fill it in with 9. Now, if we look at this, is there a way that we know it's 9? Well, where did this 9 come from? Well, if you watched our other video on multiplying binomials, you'll see that this corner piece comes from the length right here and the length right here, which is 3 times 3. And it's a square number or a perfect square number because when you multiply the same number times itself, let's choose the square symbol just to make it a little bit more clear. That's going to be 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, so it's the same number times itself, which gave 9. Now, if you think about that, maybe that'll give you a clue of how we can take the original x squared plus 6x and get to 9. Do you think you have an idea? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at a second example and see if that idea becomes more clear. And then we'll come back to this one. So we have x squared plus 10x, and we're going to complete the square. Since I don't have any units, let's go back to the top. And let's grab these. And we'll copy these down. Okay. Now, because it's 10 x's this time, and we're going to complete the square, so I'll fill that blank in. Because it's 10 x's this time, this is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to make these go away for now. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We actually need 10, so we need 4 more. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 x's. And again, if I just put 1 here and 1 here and put them all over here, it doesn't look like a square. It's going to be a rectangle. So I better balance it out and put the rest down here. So now we have 5 and 5. Okay, 5 and 5 to make it a square. So what did we do with that number 10 to make 5? Well, if you figured it out, we took 10 and divided by 2 to get 5. And now to finish out the square, we're going to need 5 by 5 units, which is 25. Okay, so completing all of these units, the number of units we need to complete this corner is 25. So again, we took this 10 and we divided it by 2 so we could put half of them up here and have them down here. And then after that, we took that number 5 and then we squared it. So that became 25. All right, so I want to see if you can write it in your own words. Take a moment and think about it. Write it in your own words how you get from x squared plus 10x to x squared plus 10x plus 25 to complete the square. If you've got that, then you know how to complete the square for all the numbers where the number in the middle is pretty nice. There are other ones that are trickier, so make sure you check back and see if we go over those harder ones next time. Take care.